Well, howdy, and welcome to Friday's edition of Today's Bread. Now, we are continuing this series on prayers and exhortation in the Psalms with this week's discussion on praying for deliverance. Now, today's portion is appealing to and for divine help. Our scripture reference is Psalm 40, verses 13 through 15. Now, David characteristically made the Lord his refuge in times of trouble. Now, while the specific issues referred to in this psalm are unclear, what is clear is his utter trust in God. His foes were many during his lifetime. King Saul sought his life. The Philistines were a constant adversary. Even his son Absalom attempted to overthrow his reign. In all of these circumstances, David trusted in the Lord's power to deliver him. Now, although he often complained to God about his troubles, especially in the Psalms, David had confidence in the Lord. He knew from experience that God would never let him down. Verse 13 details the psalmist's call for help. Be pleased, O Lord, to deliver me, O Lord. Make haste to help me. Then he added, let them be ashamed and confounded together that seek after my soul to destroy it. That's all verse 14. You know, David often coupled his cry for divine help with a petition against his enemies. He desired that those who mocked him in the middle of his struggles receive as their punishment the same shame they wanted to inflict on David, verse 15. David is not being vindictive. He simply recognizes that the enemies of God's people are enemies of God and deserve his judgment. Rather than indicating a negative attitude during difficult times, David's petition for deliverance was actually evidence of his great faith. He was able to place his life before the Lord and call on him in time of need. He saw God as his sole deliverer. His confidence in the Lord serves as an example to us. We are admonished to view trials and tribulations as a proving ground for the development of our faith in God. That's, by the way, James 1:3. Now, it is in the middle of difficult times that we learn from experience that God can be trusted. When these times of testing arrive, we must look to the Lord always. Thank you, and I pray that you've enjoyed today's edition of Fresh Daily Bread. Now, if any of our posts bless you, please consider blessing others by sharing them. Friday's prayer focus. Pray for pastors and leaders to be disciple makers. Intercede for spiritual leaders to model and multiply Christ-like character. Now remember, Jesus is coming back soon. Here's Friday's blessing. And I love giving the priestly blessing. Today's portion. May the Lord give you his peace.